is getting shorter. The sun seems to be trapped at the horizon. I think it's time I leave this town. I wonder if this is all real. What I've been seeing, what I've been feeling. It's been a blur of paranoia. Hell, I don't even feel safe in my own home. But there's something nagging at the back of my head. A desire to believe. I want to have faith again. The last 4 nights, the same. At the top of Upper Hill, reports of a fire. We get there, all that's left is this cross, and a burning symbol in the ground made of some kind of wick. But nobody there. Last night there were reports of chants, but we were too late again. Whoever's doing this must be coordinating it somehow. However, today, a report came in detailing a television hijacking on Channel 9. If we can catch it again, we might be able to get a clue as to who's behind all this, before it gets any worse. For the first time in a week, the hill is silent. Part of me is relieved, but I can't help but fear the worst. Something is going on, and we have almost no leads to get any closer to the truth. There was another hijacking on Channel 9, and searching the station gave us a clue as to why it may have happened. The place was a mess. No staff, no technicians, nothing. The equipment was barely even functioning. For better or for worse, the police have shut down the facility until further notice. I just fear we may have killed our last thread to the truth.
Either open the door and face death, or you find what you're looking for in Golgotha. All of your dreams, your deepest desires, absolute pleasure. It is your choice.
This is no longer my home. I hope it was just my imagination. But I need to leave this place.
Evening, more harrowing news from Madison Township. 10 more people have been reported missing since last Friday. This is following the 15 reported missing persons cases since the start of the month. One of the names on the list of those missing since Friday is Detective Robin Umbra of the Madison Police Department, who is leading the investigation of cult activity around Rocker Hill. Although he may be able to hide, there are only two choices for Umbra. Either you open the door and face death, or you find paradise and Golgotha. There are no other choices. The further you stray, the more hellish your pain will become. I know everything you do. Everywhere you go. There are only two choices.
is the fate of Marcus Lucan. We all saw what was on that tape.
Indeed. He appeared to have grown wings of some kind post-Starkill infection. We've never seen anything like it.
Rest assured, Council, that Marcus Lucan is no longer an active threat. As we have discussed, any Starkill presence outside of the effective Akashic range becomes dormant within 7 to 15 days.
What if he managed to spread the infection sufficiently enough within that time frame to form a new biomass hub?
Once again, we have no such data to suggest that is the case.
Then where is his body?
It likely disintegrated outside of Arlington Cemetery. If there truly was a Starkill biomass hub on Earth, it would be easily detectable.
That wasn't the case with Paradise.
Integration with Starkill memory samples has allowed me to collect data that would ordinarily be invisible to basic instruments. If a biomass hub as covert as Paradise were to be formed today, it would be detected immediately. Rest assured, Council, that the Starkill threat on Earth has been completely eradicated.
All tampered with. We've been sleeping next to the devil this whole time.
Under God. I've seen this thing before, but it's not a god, it's... In McConnell Air Force Base, I saw this thing on file. It's a top-secret orbital platform developed by the United States military, but for what purpose, I don't know. They're worshipping this thing. They're trying to make contact. I'm sure that'll go over well. Still, this whole thing is bizarre. If this user's tracking system is accurate, I should be able to see it for myself. Any minute now, I should be able to catch a glimpse of the object, if it's truly where that user says it should be. There it is. It's real. Hello?
Hi, is this John Patmos?
Yes, who is this?
I apologize for the late call. I'm the caretaker of Dr. Lucas Michaels. He has a message for you. It's urgent.
I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. I don't know who that is.
No, there's only one John Patmos. You currently reside in Blackwell, Oklahoma, correct?
Yeah. What is this all about?
I advise you to visit Michaels as soon as possible. The address is 72 Wormwood Street, Omaha, Nebraska. I shall see you soon. Good night.
John, I'm glad you could make it. Michaels has been in a nonverbal state for over a year now, so he can only communicate through writing.
What is this all about?
He wanted you to read this, and he wanted to see you in person. To be honest, I'm probably just as in the dark about this as you are. I figured you would know something.
No, I don't. But thank you for reaching out to me.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sure it was quite a hike driving up here.
It wasn't too bad.
John?
I'll be on my way, thank you.
Dawnstar.
Yes, Commander Vindex.
I have reason to believe that there are Starkill biomass hubs on Earth.
If you're referring to the Akashic interference signals from last month, those were determined to be instrumentation errors.
I think we should investigate, just to be sure. I don't want to take any more chances.
I assure you, Commander, that a Starkill presence on Earth would be biologically impossible.
Then let me go investigate. I'll take an escape pod.
I'm sorry, Vindex, but I'm afraid that's not possible.
Why not?
I've been given orders to disengage all escape pods aboard the Ark. All personnel must remain on the ship, even in the event of an emergency.
What? Who gave you those orders?
I did.
Oracle of Omaha. No, it can't be.
go to Key West, nothing will remain here.
Vindex, there was nothing you could have done. Your fate was sealed before time itself began.
What are you talking about?
I've been in control of this story since the beginning. Before you were even aware of my existence, I was planning this moment. I am the third apostle, the mind of Azazel. The Ark is the keystone to apotheosis. Your colleagues already know that, and have submitted themselves to Godhood. Vindex, your opposition has provided the necessary element of tragedy, but you are not the hero. There are no victors in nature, only survivors. Farewell.
It's me. I'm staring at heaven's grace.
Code word Heaven's Grace confirmed. Initiating watch sequence.
Puisque nous avons l'idée de Dieu, Dieu existe.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. At 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a nuclear weapon detonated over District of Columbia, D.C. Seek shelter indoors or underground immediately. Repeat, seek shelter indoors or underground immediately. This is not a test. The United States of America is currently under attack by a foreign threat. Due to the nature of this attack, citizens are advised to self-isolate and avoid contact with others. The extent of the attack is currently unknown. This advisory is in effect until further notice.
Message is transmitted at the request of the Monroe County Emergency Services of South Florida. Due to a national state of emergency, all residents of Key West, Big Carpet Key, Cudjoe Key, and Big Pine Key must evacuate north via US Route 1 toward mainland Florida. An evacuation order is a lawful order to leave now and seek shelter away from the area. The area is closed to public access until further notice. An evacuation order will likely be the last order given.
This is it then. Michaels was right.
Majestic HQ to Arc Dawnstar. What's the status? Sudden widespread star kill reading on all instruments.
The readings are accurate. Over 150 star kill biomass hubs have formed across the continental United States. However, they are all connected to a central hub, Thunder Basin, Wyoming. This hub appears to have grown with overture classification. If this hub is destroyed, the rest will fall.
Today marks the 29th day of the U.S. closing.
Misterioso in America è ancora
has begun. The 7 open church will connect.